Most of us have children or family or even ourselves have participated in sports or some kind of extracurricular activity. At the conclusion of the season or the event, we give out certificates or trophies just for being part of the team. Are we really doing our children any kind of favor by doing this? According to the New York Times, the science is clear. Awards can be powerful motivators, we all know that. But non-stop recognition does not inspire children to succeed. Instead, it causes them to underachieve. Building children that are underachievers can be a deterrent to our society as we know it. It provides lackluster ideas and employees that can lead to taking steps backwards instead of taking steps forwards. Earlier this year, James Harrison, a professional football player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, posted a photo on Instagram of his two sons' football trophies, stating that he was going to return them until they had earned a real trophy. He continued by stating, "I am not about to raise two boys to be men by making them believe that they are entitled to something just because they tried their best. Because sometimes your best is just not good enough." And that should drive you to want to do better and do more and be better at what you're trying to do. Not cry and whine until somebody gives you an award or something just to make you happy or to shut you up at some point. This started bringing attention to the debate, are we really doing our children any favors by giving them rewards just for participating? The answer is no, according to Carol Dweck, a psychology professor at the Stanford University. After such praise of their innate abilities, they collapse at the first experience of difficulty, she stated, when referring to our children and the way we go about raising them. Diana Kendall is noted as also saying, a social problem is a social condition, a pattern, or a behavior that people believe warrants public concern and collective action to bring about change. Discussing the issue as in gratifying our children in society and how we can correct this problem will be discussed further during the speech. In both of Merriman's books, she stated that the problem with giving children trophies for just showing up is that it essentially makes them lazy. If they know they will get it without having to put any effort in, it kind of takes away any motivation that was brought about by the trophy or the award at the end of the event. Just for showing up. They will not do anything to make them stand out, according to Bronson. Believe it or not, by kids by the age 4 or 5, children are not fooled by the trophies. They are surprisingly accurate in identifying who excels and who struggles in the event. They are surprisingly inaccurate in identifying who excels and who struggles. Those who outperform know it and give up, while those who do well feel cheated when they aren't recognized for their outstanding accomplishments. They too may give up. It turns out that once a kid becomes proficient in a task, the excitement and uncertainty of competition may be the single thing that makes them try harder and strive. If children know they're automatically receive an award whether they show up or not and try their best or do whatever, there's no motivation left. Why bother learning problem-solving skills when there are never obstacles to begin with? In an experiment conducted by Bradley Morris and Shannon Zentel, children were placed in two groups and asked to draw pictures. One group was left alone while they did so, while the other group was praised the entire time and told they had great talent. They tested the eye movement and determined that children that were praised were twice as fixated on their mistakes than that of their counterparts. The first idea that I came up with to help try to change this entitlement syndrome would be to simply go back to the way things used to be. While a child can participate, and everybody's encouraged to participate, but only the winners get trophies. This will make them feel as though they have something to play for and something to work and strive for. Some sports leagues do not even keep score to discourage the players. I propose to keep score and make it worth the work that is put in. Some other thoughts that might help is Establish clear, concise qualifications for the reason to award a child. Once the qualifications are established, pass them out at the beginning of the event or the season or everything with a clear, precise outline of what is expected of them and what is required. Setting up such things as most improved player or most valuable player will allow for increased number of children to participate and to qualify for awards, but also gives you more options to make people work harder for the things they want. Children receiving the awards, but still cuts back significantly on everybody getting something. The third change is a little more complicated, and it has to do with changing the way we parent our children, which is always a sensitive subject, you know. Everybody has their own way of doing things. If we raise our children in a manner that does not make them feel entitled to everything they want or desire, it will make it easier for those that are organizing local extracurricular sports. We would be sending them more rounded children, and it would alleviate the pressure they feel to provide all children with these trophies, awards, equal time, equal opportunity, and all that other stuff. In summary, raising children with a sense of entitlement leads to adult problems that you see every day in your life, such as poor work performance, lackluster attempts at college work, etc. This provides for an undeveloped and non-competitive society as a whole. What James Harrison began just a short time ago is something we, as a society, should act upon and begin changing our views as we raise our children. As we try to be competitive in the world market, how are we ever going to be competitive when we allow our kids to have the easy way out? Sometimes the only way to get what you want is to work hard for it, and sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes it's just the way things are.